Okay, partner, take take us take us in into the show.
All right, welcome in, you guys, to another segment of Gator Talk with Alex Perez and his co host, Adrian. Today, we'll be going through episode 6, and we
Now,
will be talking about our Florida Gators and
is
how they did.
is is, is it is it episode 7? Uh,
Mm. You know, actually, you know what? It is episode 7. It most definitely is episode 7. So my mistake, guys.
so so let's try this again.
Yeah, and I can't see you. I only see your I
Oh,
don't see your picture.
oh, I'm sorry. Let me. I have it on the shared screen so you can see the score. Uh,
Yeah, it was up a minute ago, but when you press record, it went away.
Hold on. Can you see me now?
I can see you now.
So so let,
You still recording too.
yeah. But can you see me now?
Oh yeah, I can see
Okay.
you.
Okay. So let's let's can can you can you do that? Oh, oh, can you do that? Open again because
Oh yeah, most certainly. Most certainly. Let me know when
okay
you're ready.
in in 5, 4, 3, 2.
And welcome in, guys, to another segment of Gator Talk with your host, Alex Perez, and I am his co host, Adrian G. Today, we'll be recording episode 7 of the Florida Gators and South Carolina Gamecocks. So put your seatbelts on and let's ride.
Oh, okay. Um. Okay. First off, how are you doing tonight?
I
My
am exceptional, man. God has been so good to us, and it's a blessing once again to be able to record episode 7 with you all, and I'm grateful to be here. So it's been a
and
blessing.
um. Okay. Let's get down. Let's get to the matter at hand here. Let's let's.
Let's do it.
All right. And now here's here's my co-host Adrian Green with his his report of the Gators against South Carolina.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. And we start out with a box score of the Gators 41 points and South Carolina 39, with the Gators coming in hot in the fourth quarter, where we seen Graham Mertz throw for 423 yards. He was 30 of 48 with a really good percentage. And And we seen Montrell Johnson run the ball 11 times for 50 yards, and Trevor did pretty good. He probably ran the ball about 9 times for a modest, probably 49 or 50 yards. And the star of the game is Ricky Pearsall with 13 targets and 10 receptions for 166 yards. He had a pivotal tip pass, which dropped in the hands of Trey Wilson III, and that was a pivotal tip because if Trey Wilson wouldn't have been in that spot at the right time, which makes him Johnny on the spot, he the ball probably would have been picked going back the other way for 6. So it was reminiscent of what happened in the Utah game when they was trying to make a comeback, and the ball hit Ricky Pearsall's hands, and he tipped it up in the air, and it was picked, and that led to 7 points for the other team. So turnovers was minimized in that respect. And the Gators actually got a few turnovers. Gates had a late interception off a kickoff, and Miguel Mitchell, he ended up having an interception to close out the game. So outside of a mediocre performance by the defense, they did get some key stops at key times. We had 2 sacks in the game, one by Uman Mielen, who created pressure, didn't get many sacks, but he did affect the quarterback. But it didn't matter because the back end of the defense, we was just a bit like a step too late, and we just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So yeah, but Trey Smack, special teams, he was 4 of 5. He did have a field goal block late, and that was a key turning point for the game as well. And so those are just a few stats from the box score that stand out more than anything. And more than anything, the Gators was able to overcome a 10-point deficit in the second half of the game, which is paramount for this particular squad because the Gators had not come back from a deficit all year, especially on the road. So this was Billy Napier's first road on the win for 2023, and this was his first comeback win of 2023. And this is I don't know how many game-winning drives Graham Mertz got, but he scored on a 21-yard strike to Ricky Pearsall to walk off the fourth quarter, which eventually led to him taking a safety at the end of the game to salt the game away. So that's not how you typically want to win a game, but you don't want to give the ball back to South Carolina at home based off how we had been playing all game. So I can understand the logic behind Billy doing what he did, but yeah, I really don't like the quarterback running 30 yards in reverse and destroying the stats. Now that they done been totaled, they lost about 30 or 40 yards. So definitely don't want to end the game that way. But a win is a win is a win. That's a fact.
Um, Adrian, great job as always. I I think the Gators did ex, ex, such they did better than last week. They,
Mm-hmm.
they as you said in the previous episodes, they came out um, playing with synergy. They 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 came out almost a brand new team at that, you know.
Oh yeah.
So 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 those are my sides of the game. They they still don't you think that they made so, still a little bit of mm, penalties in this game, or
Well, they did make some penalties, but I was actually shocked to see that South Carolina actually had more penalties than the Gators did on the road. So that to me is that's paramount for that group, which had been at times inept, abysmal at times.
I think that they played very very mm, better than last week. Last week we were kind of down, and it was sad to be a Gator. But
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had Kentucky, they gave it to us, but many times sometimes a loss can be a good thing. It's an old adage that goes sometimes when you win, you really lose. And when you lose, you really win. And sometimes a loss like that can bring you back down to earth. It can start a new path, per se, for the individual that just needed a reality check. And I think that the Gators, they lost to Utah and won a couple of games, and I really do believe that they thought that maybe they had arrived, and they was thinking that we can go into Kentucky and just sleepwalk through the game until we wake up and win this game. But Kentucky, they was ready for Florida, because they know that Florida don't respect them. They know that Florida don't, look at them as a rivalry game or a rival. And so Mark Stoops has been able to beat Florida probably 4 out of the last 6 times we played them. Maybe not, but the stat line is somewhere around there. I would have to check to confirm it, but yeah, he's gotten the best of Florida the last 3 or 4 years. We do have a losing record against Kentucky when you look back over the last 5 years or so. And so that loss actually was a blessing in disguise, and this game, we didn't play flawless, but the defense, it's a lot of assignments being busted. That was one of the things that stood out to me, but I'm willing to be patient with the defense because they're young. They're freshmen, true freshmen, and sophomores. Those guys are young. And so they're going to make boneheaded mistakes. And if we can just get those guys to everybody do their job, don't worry about the man beside you, but do your job. I think they will give themselves a chance against Georgia if everybody just do their job. Don't worry about the man job over there. You just do your job. That's it. And if they do that, they can get back to being a dominant defense, at least top 12 or top 10. because they are definitely not a top five defense.
And I most certainly agree. They're young. They're they're there's still a a a work and progress to be done, but you know, I think they've played um better than last week on the world. What do
Yes, yes.
what do you ag- agree?
Oh yeah, definitely agree.
What what was um a, a, a key moment of that game that you liked or
I think a key moment in the game for me was when I seen on third and 15, I think it was, Graham Mertz threw high to Arlis Bordenham, and he had men around him, but he was not covered up. And Graham threw the ball high and he missed that throw. And immediately the camera went to Billy Napier and it showed his disgust. I think Billy was getting frustrated because he decided, and I don't know the mind of Billy, but just from the outside looking in, um, he decided to throw the ball down the field. The vertical passing game actually came to life. The forward pass, which was invented a long time ago, actually came to life for Florida. And he put his hands on his knees and he kind of dropped his head because the throw was there, the protection was there, and Graham Mertz felt pressure that wasn't there. It's like a phantom pressure. It's generated over a period of game where you hit the quarterback so many times till he starts to believe that it's pressure there and it's not. And that was a pivotal turning point, which led to the Gators going down by 10 after that third and 15 miss. They punted the ball and South Carolina drove it straight down the field.
hold on. Um, that that is some great mm, points, Adrian. Um, I I like how they took took a knee, at the end of the game, to 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 get us a win, you know. But so what is your thoughts going into the next game?
Well, my thoughts going into the next game is I think they need to work on assignments with the young guys. I think the young guys need to continue to get in the playbook, walk through the playbook, work on assignment football, be more disciplined. Billy prides himself on being a disciplinarian, but at times, you can't really control the players once they're on the field. But if they can consistently try to do their job this can be a really tough outfit for anybody that plays the Gators. I mean, but they have to be consistently disciplined. That's what I want to see. They got a bye week this week, so they can prepare for Georgia, get healed up, get everybody ready, find your best five offensive linemen, find your best two safeties. Hopefully, everybody can get healthy and just walk through. Everybody walk through your assignments. Everybody need to be assignment sound and just walk through your assignment. Everybody do their job and they'll be okay.
That that's a great mm, point, Adrian. Um, I didn't know that this week was a bye week.
Yes, sir. It's time to heal up and lick some wounds and try and get back healthy again. And Graham Mertz can continue to work on the vertical passing game, get comfortable throwing deep passes because, like I've been telling everybody was saying that Florida don't got guys out there that can be game changers and create explosive plays. And like I said from the beginning of the season, I beg to differ because I see talent on the team. It may not be elite talent, but right now, outside of the top five teams in the rankings, nobody has elite talent at the receiver position outside of the top five. Everybody else got serviceable uh, uh, athletes, and we have athletes that's serviceable. You seen that with Khalil Jackson, with Eugene Wilson, my boy. What's his name? Andy Jean didn't even get it. He may have gotten in the game, but I mean, Andy Jean didn't even get to get going. Aiden Mizell, he ran the go route, and he actually had his man beat for six. But Graham Mertz didn't put enough air under it, and he had to wait on the ball, and it got tipped away. So that was a potential 6 points from another true freshman. I mean, yeah, we're young. We're gonna take our lumps and bumps, but when they get it right, they look just as good as anybody else. Yeah, they look just as good as anybody else.
Um, uh, uh, so 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 we play George Georgia after the bye week. We go on the road.
Well, if you call Jacksonville on the road, then yes.
Uh, I mean,
Essentially, it's a home game. Essentially.
it's a it's a it's a home game. Excuse me, sorry.
Well, I mean, you're right. Technically, you're right. It is an away game. But I mean, it's in the state of Florida, so you still should feel good about playing at home, home
Yeah,
away from home.
yep. And do you want me to 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 show um the next team of the schedule or
It's up to you. It's gonna be Georgia. The week
hold
after next, so in 2 weeks we play Georgia.
all right, hold on. Can you see my screen now? Or
Yes,
you?
sir.
All right. Let me back out here. Uh, Let's let's talk about this game for a minute, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so so what do you expect for this young Gator team to do against Georgia in Jacksonville, Florida, partner?
I expect them to do exactly what they did to South Carolina. Georgia is not unbeatable. They they don't look like they got a dominant defense. Do they have elite players? Absolutely. Do they look elite at times? Absolutely. Overall, do they perform like an elite group or unit? Not at all. South Carolina played Georgia and actually was winning that game by halftime. Vanderbilt took it to Georgia and started out that game with a turnover, and they affected the quarterback, and until Georgia got control of the game. So Georgia has started slow, and teams have been able to jump out in front of Georgia. And just over a period of time, they normally get it together. They wake up, and the talent ends up being too much for other teams to overcome. But as long as you don't shoot yourself in the foot, you can make it hard for Georgia to beat you.
And this game, it says here, it's gonna be on Saturday, October 28th, around 3:30 p.m. Hold on, let me read the detail of the channel. It's it says it's gonna be on Paramount mm, Plus.
It may be if you got a subscription with Paramount, you should probably be able to watch it. Normally, CBS get the game, and it's normally a CBS game, but due to the fact that the Gators may not be ranked, it'll probably be on ESPN. If not,
So you know, as, as of now, it's showing only mm, Paramount Plus.
yeah, that's fine. It'll be
So,
streaming on other channels as well.
um, my guess is it's gonna be on the SEC network. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, I expect all of that to change. The closer the game get, with Florida beating South Carolina, the game becomes a bit more intriguing. I mean, Kentucky beat the mess out of Florida because Florida didn't come. They just didn't show up to the game, and Georgia beat the mess out of Kentucky because they thought they was gonna go in there and just roll out the helmets, and they was gonna win that game based off their performance against Florida. And Georgia ended up smacking them around. So now, and South Carolina was in control of the game at Georgia. So it's a bit of a conundrum, but it's a good problem to have for the SEC. It's good for both sides.
So what I have been hearing from Billy Napier's press conference. I don't know if you watched that press conference. He he seemed from a little bit of um stuff that I seen. he was s- sort of happy, you know, to 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 get out get out of there with a win, but he was like, we need to work on some more stuff. I don't know if you seen the press conference or not, but
No, I haven't had a chance to listen to the press conference, but I will go back and take a look at it. I do like to hear what the coach got to say and take it into
it's
consideration.
it's 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 on my it's on it's on my um personal page and my show page. If you want to take a look at it, I got it shared on my personal page as well. But so any do you got anything else to say before we close or?
No, man, the only thing I got to say is I'm proud of them going on the road and getting a win, and that was the next step in the evolution of the year two Billy Napier rebuild. Hopefully that helps with recruits and just go get healthy and work on the vertical passing game. Get Graham Mertz comfortable throwing the ball deep, and I think everything will work itself out.
Um, and my and my closing thought is before we get out of here. You, you, I agree with everything that you said. I think you know, l- l- like you said, they are still young, Adrian. I think they still got some some work to do, but they was able to they was able to pull it out with a win. Um, so do you agree?
I absolutely agree with everything that you said. So, like I said, I think they did a good job overall. They got a win, so that's progress.
And it's it's always great to be a Gator when the Gators do their best. But you know, um, so anything else you want to say before we end? Um,
No, I just want to say, man, like I say, we grateful for the opportunity, and we look forward to getting back on the field in 2 weeks and bringing episode 8 to the
oh,
forefront.
okay. Um, I look forward to working with you next week on the next game um against Georgia. But until then, thank you for your time. Always, Adrian. You you are always full of in, information and thank you for thank you for bringing your knowledge.
Well, like I said, we appreciate it. We're grateful for the opportunity, and you do a good job. So we look forward to hearing from you soon.
Um, okay, okay, guys, this is a wrap for episode 7. Until we see you guys for episode 8 against Georgia. Not this week, but the did you say in 2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Until we see you again in 2 weeks against Georgia and 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 the Gators take on um Georgia and Florida. I think it's going to be a, a great game, and we hope you guys would tune in and join us again in 2 weeks. But until then, for my partner Adrian Green, I am your host Alex Perez, saying um it's 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 great to be a Gator. Um,
Yes, it is. Go Gators.
down here in Florida. Okay, guys. Good night and God bless.
All right. Good night and God bless.